So it's not all negative. We had a couple other wins, but I'll just leave with one other thing. So the other thing that we've got going in my committee is all this sort of radical electrification stuff, right? No matter how you feel about EVs or how you don't feel about EVs, some of the bills that we're passing in Annapolis are insane, right? So we had a bill, thankfully it did not pass, but would have required all parking places, whether it's an apartment building, whether it's a mall, a shopping center, whatever the case might be, within like 2 or 3 years to equip all of their 50% of their parking spaces with charging stations. You know what the estimated price tag for that was? And these numbers are always low. It was $16 billion for that. $16 billion. And they expected the private sector to pay that and then not raise rents. They said, oh, by the way, do this at the apartment complexes, but you can't raise any rents while you're doing it. Well, how does that work? Clearly, these folks have never looked at a balance sheet before. If they want to pass a $16 billion plus bill and say that you can't raise rents. It's crazy. We have all the electric stuff that's for trucks coming through my committee, the heavy truck stuff, right? This stuff is really crazy. So Teslas and things like that, there's charging places for that right now. Whether you go to Wawa or Royal Farms, whatever, you'll see charging stations publicly available for that. When it gets to heavy trucks, there's none. Not one in the state. Not one publicly available charging station. We passed a bill last year in Annapolis that says that by 2027, nearly half the fleet of electric vehicles, so you're talking about the long-haul trucks and all that sort of stuff, have to be electrified. One, they have nowhere to charge. Two, the manufacturers aren't making them. And three, the range doesn't exist, right? So if you are a chicken farmer on the Eastern Shore and you got to get your load of chickens to market, the range for these heavy trucks is about 80 miles currently right now, right? That doesn't work if you're going from Salisbury to somewhere in North Carolina. So the solution on my committee is a wonderful solution. I've told some of you this story before. I know I tell this one a lot with these guys. One of my committee mates said, hey, you guys remember the Pony Express? It was really great. It's a cool thing. Maybe we could do what they did. I said, well, what's that? Humor me. What did they do that you're going to enlighten us on? They said, well, the pony, they would ride it. When it got tired, they would switch ponies. And they would jump onto another pony, and they would get on that new pony, and they would ride that pony until that one got tired. So we can do just like the Pony Express, and we can tell your average small family farm, for instance, to have a truck, ride it 80 miles, have another truck waiting there, ride that one 80 miles, and so on and so forth. Now, mind you, the average long-haul truck is about $250,000, somewhere in there, right? These trucks are $1 million. $1 million a piece for one of these. So we're going to tell your average family farm to have maybe $3, $4, $5 million of trucks just sitting around all the time. We have a company at the port right now. I won't name names, but they have one electric vehicle, and what they do with it, one electric truck, they go from the port and they run it up to Carlisle, Pennsylvania. And what they do is they have that truck go up to Carlisle. They have another diesel-powered truck follow it up to Carlisle. The electric truck stays up there because it usually has to charge for 15, 16 hours. The guy that's driving the diesel truck gets the other truck driver into the diesel truck with them, gets the load that they're bringing back to either Baltimore or wherever it's going. And that, my friends, is the logic in Annapolis. And that's why we need more folks like us to be fighting. Thank you all for coming out. I appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart, we're going to come up. We're going to win this year. Thank you.